Hi everyone. Um, Today I wanted to touch on the all AI QA automation agent. Um, I see that it has been popping up even more into even on my heads. I see all these agent companies that develop basically AI QA agents that should be able to replace your workforce, and they are doing all the basically evaluations, hiring freelancers, saying, okay, we are saving this much time. And I guess I want to dive deep into some points, which could be one, what can we learn as industry experts, so being QA ourselves, where the market is going, and should we worry about this, or how can we navigate this better given our current professional role. So basically, an AI QA agent, now you can market it in any way you want. Basically, they created this platform which, before actually doing any step, based on a URL or based on a site that you want to test, basically it analyzes the DOM, it parses it, and also it takes a screenshot of each page. So what happens is that, actually, as we know from the automation testing perspective, we generally get the locators, and yeah, we then get those locators, get them into the code. Either we use Selenium Playwright, or either we get Selenium Playwright or anything else. We just implement it in our code, format it well, get them all in one place so that it can be changed quickly and all that stuff. Basically, now they implemented this step which does it automatically. So based on some commands that we give with AI, it basically finds the with higher probability the best locator for your use case for the test that you want to perform. So basically the step that is in between right now, that sort of is getting this all to work, is that they're doing DOM analysis, screenshots of the page, so that the QA agent can analyze the page, and then what is in the front of the user that will use this platform is basically an interface where it actually can say, okay, create me a test which will go from the home page to the cart page, and based also on what's written on the DOM, it will generate all the steps, and it will find with the best probability the correct button, or the correct scroll, or the correct verification that it can. So there is that type of work that they're doing, and there is also the work of with PyTorch or anything else, like improving the model to find buttons, find those scroll actions to make it the most accurate possible. So this is actually all the startups are working into this direction when providing those tools. I think it's useful in some cases. I think the product is valid. But what I also think here is that us as QA, we need to actually understand how, or if this actually can benefit our organization where we work at, and also try to implement actually and do new stuff, because we often find ourselves being stuck into developing more and getting those metrics, showing it to stakeholders, but we forget that actually we are advancing very hard into the AI direction. And I think that some use cases can be unlocked from that, and that will save us time. So I think it's worth for us, maybe in our projects, to actually explore the this visibility, not from a front-end perspective and market it as a tool, but basically getting all the core components of these tools that are being developed and get them into our current code base. So what could be created, and this is something I'm also trying to implement to my projects, is that also you could create some methods and classes that fire first and basically analyze the full DOM of the page, and then based on that it can create with the BDD method on Cucumber, for example, it creates the feature files and the step definition files, and then you have that test which you can execute and perform in that way. So I think the role is expanding. If that will be adopted more into the current frameworks, where we should need to focus then will be more on actually improving the model ourselves for our use case. We can take any LLM, Claude from Anthropic, and GPT from OpenAI, but yeah, we need to be basically open to change, and I think these new features and products that we're seeing are just a byproduct of what's happening, and we need to include them as fast as possible into our day-to-day work to understand if we can create something that can make our work better, and so that we can also focus on other important stuff on our day-to-day. Job-wise, I think in the future there is also value in customization. I think here we can actually leverage these tools, and also we should focus on upskilling ourselves and exploring and practicing as much as possible. If you want to start a new project and you know those concepts and you can implement them, but also you are the main maintainer of the code also with your team, that means that you actually have the full functionality that other products on the market have, but that you're also piloting the project, and that if anything goes wrong, everyone on the team has the knowledge base to actually fix it. And this is very crucial, because I think if we take too much productized services from other companies, what happens is that maintenance and customer service from such companies can become actually a bottleneck. And I really think we should expand ourselves into this direction of creating basically our own AI QA agent in our code base, that it can actually create feature files and step definition files, for example in BDD, by parsing DOM and by having a interface even on command line that enables us to create test cases from natural language. Also, something really cool that I've found out recently, well, not recently, but something I've been playing around with, is AgentQL, which is a product from a startup company. Basically, it lets you extract via query language locators from actually a page. You download their library AgentQL into your repo, and then you can actually assign meaning to your locators and get them into the code. It is on Playwright WebDriver, so maybe that's the only part, but it's really cool because um, it actually does the work of finding your locator based on their meaning. And so even if it changes some ID, etc., based on the meaning, it still will target that specific locator. And this could eliminate, for example, flaky tests, or even on scraping. It can actually help us on that area. So using all those tools, we can actually create our own super framework, and that's where I see actually the value on automation testing, creating custom solutions for companies that need us, and not using a commercial service, but using our guidance and making the knowledge available to all of our team members and expanding onto that area. I think in this way we can maintain an edge while still learning and still being open to the job market and actually be valuable to companies. But yeah, I just wanted to share what I thought of all this topic of the AI QA agents, and hope it was helpful even for you.